Your style is constantly evolving, and it's time your glasses start keeping up. With Pair Eyewear, changing up your frames is easier than ever. Just snap on a new design to transform your look whenever the mood strikes. One pair, endless possibilities.
With Pair, you get a great pair of glasses at a great price. They make glasses fun. Swapping out frames is a snap, literally, thanks to magnetic tops. I love a magnetic top, Bob. Just choose a new top, remove the old one, and snap the new design into place.
Pair's virtual try-on lets you sample their wide variety of frame shapes right from your computer. I love being able to have sunglasses while I'm out driving and then just swap them and chic when I'm done driving.
We'll do that too. Get glasses as ever-changing as you are with Pair. Go to paireyewear.com/rivalry for 50% off your first purchase. That's 50% off at paireyewear.com/rivalry.
My name is Bob the Drag Queen.
And I'm Monét Exchange.
And this is Sibling Rivalry.
I feel like I'm Alaska.
Why do you feel like Alaska?
Chaser.
Why?
I just want to talk like her. Do you listen to their podcast?
I have not. Do you?
Yes.
I don't. You got me. I've never listened to Race Chaser, and I've never listened to Whimsically Volatile. But I will listen.
You did tell me to listen to Whimsically Volatile.
I started to.
But that's
Her
not
first episode.
The same as never.
I said I didn't. I never use the word never. I said I don't listen to.
Got it. We gotta listen to them, and I'm currently on tour with Willem and the Haters Rose, and we were talking about that we should do a crossover episode.
You listen to every Race Chaser?
Not everyone. I listen to a lot of them.
Like 3?
I listen to probably about 7 of them.
Work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Stunning.
You did it today. You took an estrogen.
We are in
My apartment.
We're in YouTube studios.
We're in my apartment, Bob. Stop being shady.
Monét lives in YouTube studios. And actually, I feel like we have a radio show.
You hear that? It's serious. Get it together. Give us a motherfucking shout.
Yeah, we serious. Do you
think Siri comes from Sirius?
No, Sirius comes from like the moon or a wolf or something like that. And then, right?
I don't think Apple just... Siri is such a random...
No, Sirius. I'm talking about Sirius.
I think Apple got Siri from Sirius.
It probably stands for something like System Interpersonal Relations
Interception.
Interpreter.
So Sirius, pronounced Sirius, is the brightest star in the constellation Canis Major.
Moons. I said moons.
Oh, what does an Apple have to do
and
with
what
the
is
moon?
you asked if Siri comes from Sirius, and I said I think Sirius comes from the moons. I said a wolf, but I said moons too. And then we mentioned Siri. I think it stands for something. System
Integration, Relationship, Interpersonality.
There you go. I think Siri's some intern who works at Siri. Some bitch. I work at Siri. I work at Apple. My name's Siri. You know, Tom from Facebook was not really the owner of Facebook.
Oh, really?
He was just an intern. It was that picture of that guy at the board. It was just literally just some intern. Not Facebook, MySpace. He was just some intern at MySpace.
Oh, all right. We all knew that.
I didn't know that. Did everyone in this room know that?
Okay, y'all
can't see everyone shaking their heads, but that was a lot of...
no one shook their head.
I won that challenge. Anything you can do. Mini challenge.
So I want to get a tattoo. A new tattoo. As you know, I have a couple tattoos. I have...
Not that many. Like what, 5?
I have the one on my wrist.
This one.
I have this one here, which I got. This is my first tattoo ever.
The bass clef.
Oh my God! Look at. Okay, I'm not. You know what a bass clef.
Oh my God!
And
I was like, you know the word music.
And I have one down my back, which you were there for, and now.
You have 3.
I have 3.
Work.
So now I want to do this one. This one's going to be very big. So you know how Rihanna has the stars going down her like that.
Did not know that.
It looks like a little constellation, like a little trail of a bunch of stars. I want to get the same thing starting here on my index finger, going up a trail.
You want a tattoo on your hands?
You said the bitch with 18 tattoos on her hands.
I have 5 tattoos on my hands.
So why you sound so?
Because I was there when you got your back tattooed and you were causing an actual scene in the tattoo parlor.
I'm gonna cause probably even a bigger scene. But
And getting your hands hurt.
Well, you never got your spine tattooed, so you don't know how much it hurts compared to tattoo.
I have a very small tattoo on my spine.
Yeah, but not mine is down my entire back.
But like you said earlier, you said never. I certainly have a very small tattoo on my spine.
Also, it's literally at the top of your neck.
My spine, Mom. My spine is my spine is my spine is my spine.
Also, you have like a fucking circle and a triangle or something like that. What is it?
It stands for Fellowship, Service, and Unity.
And what is that? Umoja? Is that some Kwanzaa tradition I don't know about?
Yeah. It's the day after Umoja.
Umoja. So I want to get that because honestly, the sponges clearly a very big part of my life.
You getting a sponge?
No, I'm getting bubbles to signify sponges. I'm gonna get like a bubble trail.
Thorgy has bubbles.
Does she? Oh yeah, she does have bubbles.
All of her neck.
Okay, so
you're jocking Thorgy style. Continue.
I'm gonna get it going up my hand, like probably to like about my elbow moment, like a huge trail of bubbles, and with like green and blue like swerves and shit.
That's hood.
It's very hood.
You about to look hood as hell.
Oh, but also
I don't think you realize that on the highly melanated, as what's it like to say, blue and green and
no,
reds.
honey, that's the wrong. Blue, greens, and reds are the colors that do show up on black folk. The guy that we were going to in Atlanta, Maya Bailey, who is, you should check out Maya Bailey on Instagram. His tattooing is like, he's like one of the dopest tattoo artists in the world, and he specializes in color on black folk.
Maybe you're black. I'm black. I would say you're Obama black. I'm 12 years of slave black. Okay.
No. You're a Patsy.
Who's Patsy?
It's 12 years a slave.
I haven't been moving in a long time. Yeah, Lupi. I'm like Lupita's darker than I am, but I'm dark.
You are very dark.
I'm like one of the darkest people you know, probably.
That's not true.
If you name 3 people darker than me right now.
Jaslyn, who is Todrick Dancer, the one with the blue hair. You know
okay,
Jaslyn. Charmaine, who is...
You just saying names. Charmaine, my cousin from Bed-Stuy, and Uterica, who work at the front desk here at YouTube Studios.
I do have a friend named Charmaine, and my cousin Nadia, who is very dark as well. Bob, first of all, it's like you think like I've never met black people. I know a lot of black people. I mean,
you went to an Ivy League school. I don't know your life.
So,
was there a lot of black folks at your Ivy League school where you were Ivy League educated about that bass clef life? Music equals bass clef life. Does your tattoo mean music equals bass clef life?
Just music equals life. The bass clef is just like a little decoration.
But it reads as music equals bass clef life.
That is not true. You're the only person who's ever said that.
But look at it. I mean, hold it out. It says music equals, and there's a bass clef, and then it says life.
Rob, but no one reads it like that.
I should go over my tattoos that I have real quick since we're doing tattoos.
Uh-huh.
I have Butch Queen on the back of my hands. I have eyelashes and eyebrows on my hands.
And
here.
when you first got that tattoo, you do this. You would. Yeah. You're so fucking weird.
I have a dead fish tattoo
because of fucking what's her name?
Bless you.
Bless. Thank you. It was a Kesha and Big Frida. We got them matching.
Eyes, who eyes?
I have hard ice.
Hard eyes.
From Drag Race.
That's what they tell you on Drag Race. And little anecdote, when I went to go film Drag Race, and they tell you hard eyes so that you save all conversations for camera. Pearl, the cameras are rolling, that's when you talk. And then the PAs, they're the very the head PA. Her name is Ellen.
Shout out Ellen.
And shout out Ellen, who runs Drag Race. Who runs DragCon. She was saying Bob was the hardest person they have ever had to ice on set. He Bob. They'd be like hard ice, and Bob would just keep on talking, and it was like hard ice, ladies, hard ice. Let's talk. And Bob would just talk. You were in history the hardest person they ever had to hard ice.
I have a lot to talk about.
We know you won't shut up.
I have a lot to talk about. Anyway, then I have Whoopi Goldberg, Carol Channing. Also, my worst tattoo, which is kind of ironic, on my arm it says "It's okay to make mistakes," and it's a horrible tattoo. You can't even read it.
You can't read it at all.
It looks like "It's okay to make rectangle." I have the Fellowship, Service, and Unity. I have 2 dates on my back. I have.
Oh my God, you have a lot of tattoos.
I have. I get up out of bed. I put on my clothes. I got bills to pay on my chest.
When you got down, people are like, "What is this bitch doing?"
And I have a duck on my thigh
in honor of Jinx Monsoon.
Yes. Yeah. And you're getting ducks in honor of
I was always afraid to get tattoos. I was like, tattoos hurt, and I still am afraid of tattoos.
Monet, that transition, Monet. I gotta give you props. That was a good transition. The subject is fear, and Monet was Monet. That transition.
Get your ass off of me.
Oh shit, man, with the transition.
So extra.
I'm giving you props. Mo with the transition. Today's
Am I
topic,
transitioning?
Hey, Jesus Christ. Today's topic is fears.
We were talking about fears. What is the scariest thing you've ever done?
I mean, let's maybe the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, maybe?
What happened to you? Yeah.
When have I ever just been like truly terrified? I think maybe, I don't know, I can't remember being truly like, this is so scary. I don't think that I can make it through this. I've never been in a serious car accident. I've never broken a bone. I've never been hospitalized.
Same.
I don't think I've ever seen a gun that wasn't on a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been abducted by the Mexican cartel. I wasn't, I feel like I'm inviting it. I'm like nothing's happening. Like I'm gonna like something like I'm gonna
But you
leave
would have
here.
knocked on some wood.
Yeah, knock on. Yeah, it was
Just
plywood tape. Exactly. What about you?
The scariest thing besides that we talked about before about that time I went to go hook up with Trade in the Bronx and I got off the elevator. And
That was pretty. Yeah,
that was scary.
well, I'll tell you when I got my grinder trade robbed me.
Right.
That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
But I was also angry. I was so mad
Were you mad that you didn't?
that I didn't get revenge.
Yeah.
I wanted to break something in that room. I wanted
Right.
to break a computer or something.
Bitch, then I would have put you in some real hot water.
Probably. They
Probably
probably would have beat me up.
probably got
There was
shot up.
like 5 of them.
One time though, when I first started drag, and also really quick, people love to like be like, oh, drag race girls, they don't know what it is to struggle and da 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 da. Bitch, when I used to work before I started driving my car to gigs, I would take the train home after Saliva Tuesdays, which ended at 4 o'clock, but then we'd go eat at the diner until 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Saliva Wednesday morning.
So exactly. So I'll get on the train at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and that is a dangerous time to ride the subway.
Well, I think a lot of people think that drag race girls don't struggle. Most drag race girls lived the life of a local queen before they became drag race queens, with the exception of like Shangela, who has always been a drag race girl,
Right.
and Valentina, who has always been a drag race girl.
No, she says that, but there's that whole that was debunked that she was working for 2 years.
Valentina I think Valentina was a fair weather queen, doing drag every couple of months until she got on Drag Race.
Probably.
And Vivian Panay.
Vivian Panay.
You remember Vivian Panay was like, I'm a New York City queen.
Bitch,
We're like,
we ain't seen her ass nowhere.
and I ain't seen it since. I think she got a job like working at like Disney as like a head makeup artist or something.
Oh, well, that's fierce.
Yeah, good for her.
Good
for her.
One of my scary stories, I had, again, I've grown up in New York City. I've never been mugged or anything like that. But then this one time, I got on the train, got on the train from the club in full geesh, and I had my satchel, and I fell asleep on the train. Just so you know, when you're on the train at that time in the morning, it's maybe you and one other drunk guy sitting in the corner, and you're on opposite ends because you don't want him to wake up out of his sleep and try to fucking stab you or some shit. So I'm on the train, doze off a litst bit, and then it was, first time, have you ever been on a train and just your body just wakes up when it's close to your stop?
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
like,
your body's like, it's time to wake up, girl,
that is
girl,
the
get up.
that is the weirdest thing. Even though there's delays and delays and delays,
Fully.
when you stop your body's like, here we are.
But also, train sleep is the worst sleep.
It's the best sleep.
No, you wake up in a panic every time.
No.
You're like, oh, this is my stop, this is my stop, this is my stop, this is my stop.
No,
It's not my stop.
That's
it's
because
not
you're
my
not a
stop,
real
it's
New
not
Yorker.
my stop. Stop, it's my stop, it's not 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 my stop.
And so I got on, and I woke up, and then as I woke up, this guy was standing in front of me, and I'm like looking at him like, what's going on? And he's like, what's in your bag?
He was standing, like he was obsessed.
What?
He was standing. We stand, sleepy queen.
That's not even funny. Anyway, he was
Cut to Mitch laughing.
he was standing in front of me, and then he was like, "What's in your bag?" I was like, "Nothing." And he's
How
like,
old were you?
I was starting with Saliva, so I was maybe like 21, 22.
Work.
And he was like, "What's in your bag?" I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "You sure?" I was like, so fully in my head and in my back, I had my laptop. I had because my phone broke, so I had to give Thorgy my laptop to play my.
That is some
Saliva.
crunchy. What y'all don't realize when you eat the Saliva Tuesday is the part where you show up and you would give them your iPod.
Yeah, to
everyone would
play.
like hand the DJ an iPod.
So he had, like,
Monet
12.
walks up with a 1999 MacBook desktop. Let me plug in my CPU.
I had to play. That's how I had to play my music. I had no money, so I was like, "We gonna use my computer today." I had my computer in there. I had my wallet. I had all that stuff, and I was like, "I have nothing." And he's like, "Where you coming from?" And I was first just give me a full interview.
Mind your business. Was it you two by yourself?
It was just us by ourselves.
Could you have taken him?
He was taller than me, but if I had to, I would have fought. But I was like, I don't want to fight for no reason. You know, see what I'm
And
saying?
listen, fighting. One time I was leaving fucking this area, and then this cab driver, I upset him because he was arguing with my cab driver, and I said to my cab driver, "Do not argue with her." And then he didn't like being called her. So then he looked at me and goes, "You want to fight?" And I said, "Physically fight you?" And he was like, "Yeah, you want to fight?" I said, "That would ruin my day. That would ruin my month. If I got out of this cab and got into a physical, even though I'm pretty sure I could take you, that would ruin my whole month."
Yeah.
Getting into a fist fight with you. So no, I don't want to fight you.
Yeah, so he answered another question, and he's like, "Let me see what's in your bag." So I just reached in and I just pulled out my debit card, and I
He
just
was like,
"Oh my god,
got one of these." And you're like,
I forgot this. So he had a hoodie on, and he had his hands in his hoodie,
Hell no,
like
no.
he had. I know he probably did it, but like he had some type of weapon. So I just reached in my bag and I handed him my debit card, and I was like, "This is all I have," and he took it. And then as soon as I got off the train, I just called Chase and canceled it.
Work.
So, but that was a scary moment. I was like, "What if he has a gun?" He's like, "Shoots me in this train car." I'm like, "I've heard crazier stories in New York City."
I would just be like, my brother, that's got to be something better. To like, it's just, it ain't. It's not worth it to shoot me on this train. You're not gonna make it far. You're shooting on a train. Like, you're not gonna make it far, Mary Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What is one of your greatest fears?
Oh, my biggest fear is dying alone.
Really?
I tell people I do not like the idea I'm gonna die in my apartment. No one's gonna find me for a month. There's gonna be a smell.
That's a very New York City thing.
That I feel like that's. Oh, I wrote this down by the way. Did you hear about the way? I'm not a New Yorker. You know about what they say are the 4 ways to be a New Yorker.
What?
They say, tell me if you agree with this. You have to be born here.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be mugged.
Uh-huh.
You have to live here for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
You have to get hit by a cab.
Yes.
And if one of those 4 things happens, you are a New Yorker. So I am a New Yorker.
Which one? Oh, you live for 10 years.
I lived for 10 years. And apparently if you get hit by a cab on your 10-year anniversary, you're the mayor.
Is that how De Blasio got his ass there, girl? Trash.
Oh, read De Blasio. By the way, the political campaigns right now are getting ridiculous. The campaign I was watching today was like, why is De Blasio the worst? And one of the things was like, De Blasio can't even handle 6 inches of snow. This is a real campaign.
Oh, girl, that the first snowfall of the 2018-2019 winter. The city was basically shut down.
But I was just gagged at this campaign that was like, why is De Blasio the worst? De Blasio can't even handle 6 inches of snow.
If there was somebing that was like 6 inches of snow.
Of snow.
One of my greatest fears. I used to be afraid of heights, but I don't think I am anymore.
No, you got your voice pretty high.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not afraid of heights anymore. I don't know what my greatest fear is. I'm not afraid of dying alone. I like being alone. Do you think
do you think you want to die alone?
I don't want to die alone, but you don't like being alone. Period.
I'm not crazy about
You
being
always
alone.
have people around you.
Yeah, but I think people just like being around me.
I don't think that's true.
Well, I'm not forcing anyone. There's a saying in my friend group that is very famous words for me, which is you are not a prisoner in my home. Like, you don't have to be around me. No one ever has to be around. It is very famous. You are not a prisoner in my company. Take your ass home. Bye, Mary.
So yeah, I don't think I have a greatest. I mean, obviously everyone has a big fear. I don't know what mine is anymore.
Can I throw bugs on you?
I'm not afraid of bugs.
Would you let a roach crawl in your mouth?
No, okay, that's just.
I'm
gross.
just asking. Would you let a roach crawl in your mouth?
No, but not because I'm afraid of roaches. It's just gross.
But I could cover you. Would you be covered in roaches for a
I
photo shoot?
always said I would have loved to do like a Fear Factor challenge on Drag Race where we like have to eat shit or like do like a bug thing like you know, did you watch Fear Factor back in the day?
Yes.
I would love a Drag Race challenge like that. That would be it's so different. It would be fierce. You hate bugs. We did a podcast,
I don't like
bitch.
bugs.
Literally the tiniest spider that
You were
was
not
navy.
there.
You described it to me.
I said it was the size of a nickel.
That is tiny.
That's a big spider.
a nickel, Bob.
Yeah, 5 cents.
That is very tiny.
Well, maybe you grew up with roaches and spiders. And you were like,
You
oh,
grew
these
up in the
old
country,
buddies.
bitch.
I did not grow up in the country. I grew up in cities. I grew up in Columbus, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia. But also Corinth, Mississippi, and Phoenix City, Alabama. Which
Thank you. Which is the country.
And LaGrange, Georgia, which is kind of the country. But yeah, I mean, you would do a photo shoot where you were covered in roaches.
I think it'll be yes, it'll be dope. It'll be fierce. You wouldn't do it.
Like Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Those are the ones they always have on Fear Factor.
Yeah, or in Top Model. That remember when it's
When they stoned the roaches, which seemed
That was
extra.
everything.
Tyra Banks, you stoning roaches, mama. We out here
Did you
stoning
stone those roaches?
We out here stoning roaches, mama. We out here stoning roaches. What's
That was
poppin'?
everything. What can I tell you? One of my favorite scary movies is The Strangers.
No, it's not a good movie. Because
Excuse me? No, I'm not gonna finish, bitch. The Strangers is one of the greatest scary movies ever. Not the new one, the original one, The Strangers.
I only saw the new one.
The one with what's the name? Liz. What's the name?
Taylor?
Not Liz. Is it Liz?
Claiborne. Taylor.
Liz Tyler.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Tyler. Liv Tyler.
Liv.
Thank you,
Oh,
Patty.
Steven Tyler's daughter.
Yeah.
She used to
That
own a
one.
restaurant.
Did
Speaking
she?
of spooky, I used
Jekyll and Hyde.
I used to work at a haunted restaurant where I was a butler. It was
Oh, that is shady and racist.
I don't think it was. I don't think there's nothing wrong with the profession of
There's
being a
nothing.
butler. Shout out the movie The Butler. Shout out Forrest Whitaker. Shout out Oprah.
Oprah listens to this podcast.
Oh, Oprah's a huge fan.
Oh, she's
That's not a fat joke.
Yeah.
But Liv Tyler used to come into with her son who was obsessed with like macabre and like spooky and scary stuff. But the reason why I don't like that movie is because they're killing or hurting for no. Spoiler alert! I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Thank you.
Fast forward.
The reason why it is annoying is because when in the end they ask why you doing this, they go, "Cause you're home."
Because here's the thing, that's why it's scary. Because that is such a real thing, Bob. You never. First of all, are you people? That is people like sociopaths kill people just to kill people.
Okay, I also want to put out there is a stigma against people with disorders like sociopaths and psychopaths. Not all sociopaths are dangerous.
I'm not saying that.
In fact, most sociopaths aren't dangerous.
I didn't say that.
But people are mean to like you're a sociopath or whatever. But if you are a sociopath, it is a mental disorder. You're making fun of someone, but people think it's okay to be mean to sociopaths.
No. I'm just talking about because especially on The View lately.
But there is a stigma out there against sociopaths.
Absolutely, very that.
And it's like, girl, that's how they were born. They can't help it. They're just sociopaths.
Now they're saying that Jussie Smollett might be a sociopath.
She's a lot of stuff. And can you please stop acting like he's French?
But
He's not from Paris.
Smollett, yes, it is.
I don't think
he's not from Paris, but that is the root of that. That is where the.
But I don't think he say Smollett.
Yes, he does. How you know? You don't know him.
You don't know him either.
Yeah.
Apparently, no one knows him. Can you look up how Jesse's? We're looking up how Jesse's. I say it's Smollett.
It's Smollett.
By the way, it's Jussie isn't even a name.
You are destroying this man's name. You can't tell him how his
I
name
think
is.
Jussie destroyed a lot more than his name. He's the one who destroyed his name.
Have you ever heard of that girl? Her name is Ladasha, and it's spelled L-E dash.
I heard about it, but I ain't never seen this hoe. She'd be famous by now. All right, Jussie Smollett.
Smollett.
Don't worry, it's coming.
Jussie Smollett.
Okay, this bitch on YouTube, that's how you pronounce it. Who knows the fuck
if she would have said it your way, you'd have been like, that's it.
No, I wouldn't have. But you literally just clicked on some bitch on YouTube.
Also, find somebody talking about Jussie's name.
Oh, not. How about his family or him?
His name is not Smollett.
Yes, it is. Smollett.
What is that based off of?
That's how you pronounce it.
But if that man say my name is Jussie Smollett, his name is Jussie
Well, if
Smollett.
he says that, then I'll go for it.
In New York, musician and actor Jussie Smollett sat down with me for his first.
Smollett.
People say shit wrong.
Monet, I could get 1,000 people to say
I
Smollett.
said get
and
him
you will
or his-
still be like, no.
Get him or one of his family members.
You don't
to say
think Robbie, what's her name? Robinson, what's her name?
it.
What's her name?
Robbie Turner.
Robert.
Was it?
Robin Robert.
You don't think Robin Roberts did her research to find out how Jussie Smollett's
Okay,
name is
first of all,
pronounced?
do you watch Good Morning America?
No.
This bitch butchers the ABC.
So you think that she's a bitch?
Oh my god. Anyway,
Wait, well, can we agree that his name is probably pronounced Smollett?
no, I say Smollett.
Monet, how many people do I have to get to say Smollett before you say a Smollett?
But also, you're saying sommelier, and it's
Smollett.
that's a different word.
SMLL. First of all, when you have two L's together, honey, it comes.
Yeah,
to
in French. We are in France.
Well, that is a French.
He is
word.
from Chicago.
That is a French name. That's a French
Jussie
word.
Smollett is from Chicago.
But what the name probably comes from is that he was owned by French. By his family was owned by French.
And you're trying to
people.
make him subject to his French slave
If
owners.
he wants to use that pronunciation, that's his prerogative. That's not you for you to decide.
He's not using
How
that.
do you know that?
But Monet, if his name was pronounced Jesse Smollett, Rob,
Okay, not Smollett. Smollett.
if that's how his name was pronounced, I think Miss Robinson would have pronounced it that
Robin
way.
Roberts. You just
Rob-
you
I don't know her
you,
name.
you making up shit for her too.
We have to move on because you're being ridiculous. His name is not Smollett.
Anyway, so The Strain is my favorite scary movie. What's your
Jose Smollett. My favorite movie is
Scary movie.
my favorite scary movie is what's the one where the clap game?
The Quiet Place?
The Conjuring.
I've never seen The Conjuring.
Ooh, Mary, The Conjuring is the only scary. Conjuring 1. Don't fuck with Conjuring 2. She alright, but she ain't all that. The Conjuring 1 is one of the best films of all time.
Right.
It is truly scary, and it shakes you up.
I've never seen it.
The story is this family moves into this house. The house is haunted. They bring in these people who are not poltergeists, exorcists or not exorcists, ghost hunters basically. They bring these ghost hunters, and the ghost hunters are trying to find the ghost in the house. And it is, oh man, it fucked me up. Can I tell you one of the movies with the highest turnover? Can you Google the
Highest grossing?
no the what's that movie? Paranormal Activity. The
That was a
budget-
good movie. The first one was
Google the budget and Google how much they made.
$10.
What do you think? I think I know.
I think that the
Let's find
budget
out how much
probably
they
like
made.
maybe the budget's maybe like $1 million, but I'm sure the Paranormal Activity was a viral success.
You think it was now? I'm gonna tell you now. If you think it was $1 million, you about to fuck $11,000.
And how much did they make?
They filmed that shit on GoPros and fucking. You remember the flip camera back in the day?
That's dope.
And it made millions.
Well, because it was a viral movie.
That is like
$890 million.
holy shit. Now, by the way, that $11,000 includes advertising.
Word.
Because the biggest chunk of budget is often advertising and talent. People don't realize that. It's a huge part in these big Hollywood films. Because if you want these
$11,890 million. That's fierce.
can you imagine?
Can we make a movie?
I mean, I want to.
Bitch, that movie cost less than my
Music video. Me too. Bitch, yet another dig. I'm not afraid to say. Is it shady to say how much you pay for your
I think it's
videos?
shady. You shouldn't because other girls. Dude, I don't think you should say it.
It was more than $11,000. Say their names.
What?
Say
What, Patty?
their names.
I mean, you also fully just said that it costs that your music video costs.
Well, we didn't say the exact number.
Yeah, it's somewhere between $11,000 and $1 million is what yet another dig costs. And I just also can we have a brief discussion, even though it's not about fear, and we are about to get into our segue. I think it's very shady. A lot of people have been wanting to have their music videos done by these very popular people who do music videos, but they don't want to pay their directors what they consider a fair rate, which is actually equal to or less than what some of these girls get paid to do one gig.
Yeah.
And then the director has to work on your video for a month solid. Like a solid month of work.
Mm-hmm.
They have to produce it, this, that, the other, edit it. When you go and skip around and do your gigs, they're back there editing, calling up the editor, doing all this shit, and they're like, I'm not paying them that much money. Like, girl, you need to pay these people to work for you.
Yeah.
That shit drives me crazy. And people trying to not pay
Those girls say their names.
That's too shady.
No, say it.
Some of them are your friends,
Okay,
Mary.
well, let them know.
But I'm not, because the only reason
Bob is pussy as hell. He
Oh,
don't want to say that
it's
motherfucker.
it's on the chair. The button's on the chair.
Oh, I was
It's like on the
what's
arm.
going on?
The reason why
Eureka,
the reason why I think you found it. The reason why I think it's shady to say the name is because it's not my drama. It's their drama and this director. That whatever director they have, but they do it to designers too, because designers are like, well, this is what it costs to the fabric, but then also this is what it costs to make it, but also I'm charging you to design it.
The designer one is a little tricky for me because I personally worked with people before Drag Race, and it was one thing, and then when I went after Drag Race through the same thing, it just became.
But that's not fair. What about people that work with you before Drag Race?
What happened?
What about people that work with you before Drag Race?
But that's different.
But then it's a whole different thing because you're worth more
okay,
now. We'll go back to
we'll
the
talk about
directors.
it on a later podcast.
Yeah, but with the directors, I think that people need to be paid, especially as we get more popular. These directors are also getting more popular, so their rates go up with our rates. You have to pay people to work with you, or people are not going to want to work with you.
I agree.
So you know who you are. And don't do that.
Well, you're assuming that these bitches got cable. You know, if they ain't paying the
We're
record,
on cable?
Yes, public access, girl.
Shit, we on HGTV.
One of the biggest. Well, I don't know how I grew up. Can we check how much Bird Box made? But Bird Box was a viral scary movie.
Okay, I had to. There was a.
It's on Netflix. They don't release their numbers.
Oh yeah, Netflix.
Really?
Oh, you didn't know this? Oh, you don't know this? Oh, she doesn't know the words.
Netflix doesn't release their numbers?
Listen, they do. They keep their numbers so that you cannot negotiate a better price on the next season of your show. They did this shit to the girls of Orange Is the New Black. The girls they're like, we think our show's popular, and Netflix like, we assume.
Really?
Maybe it is, maybe it's not. They don't release their numbers to anyone. It's secret. Lock and key. You will probably find out who won the Oscars before you find out what the numbers are. And I'm assuming it is so that the people who are on the shows cannot negotiate
A higher
prices.
rate, right? I mean,
So they have to just
you
base it off
cannot
of-
deny that by season 1 and 2, Orange Is the New Black was probably Netflix's most successful show.
Yeah, but they're probably hiding how successful it is. So you can't use that as leverage. Isn't that shady?
That's so shady. Oh my
Unless
God,
Netflix wants me, then I love Netflix. You guys are great. Fuck YouTube. I love Netflix.
Don't say fuck YouTube. YouTube's a very nice game.
I'm joking. I love YouTube.
That was Bob saying that YouTube. I love you guys.
That was Monet. My name is Macaroni and Cheese. Your style is constantly evolving, and it's time your glasses start keeping up. With Pair Eyewear, changing up your frames is easier than ever. Just snap on a new design to transform your look whenever the mood strikes. One pair, endless possibilities, because who says glasses have to be boring?
Life is short, girl, so why not change things up? With Pair, you get a great pair of glasses at a great price. They make glasses fun, cute, fierce, sexy, fly. Swapping out frames is a snap, literally, thanks to magnetic tops. I love a magnetic top, Bob. Just choose a new top, remove the old one, and snap the new design into place. Easy as that.
The shopping process is really cool and super easy. Pair's virtual try-on lets you sample their wide variety of frame shapes right from your computer. If you pick out a base frame that works for you, and then you just get to choose which swappable top frames you want to have. Blue light lenses, you want to have sunglasses, readers, light responsive lenses, and more. So many options. I'm obsessed. I love being able to have sunglasses while I'm out driving, and then just swap them up and chic when I'm done driving.
What did it do? Work. Get glasses as ever-changing as you are with Pair. Go to paireyewear.com/rivalry for 50% off your first purchase. That's 50% off at paireyewear.com/rivalry. Speaking of Bird Box, we did a Bird Box makeup challenge.
Yeah, so-
that was very interesting.
So to describe this, what Monet and I did was we had two of our dear friends,
Pixie Aventura.
Pixie Aventura and Marty Gold Cummings, who are two New York City nightlife legends.
Okay,
Well, not legends, but they're nightlife stars.
Yeah, stars.
They're
There we
nightlife
go.
stars.
Not legends, girl.
They're stars. Wow, we're ready to take away their status, Monet, so quickly. Pixie Aventura, who is a multiple award-winning artist, and Marty Gold Cummings, who is the current Entertainer of the Year in New York City.
Yes.
They came in, we were blindfolded ourselves, and then we tried to do their makeup.
And yeah, it was.
And y'all about to find out that we picked two of the drag queens with the strongest personalities in the world, probably. I mean, who has a stronger personality than fucking Pixie and fucking Marty? Marty, who's literally nervous about everything, and Pixie, who is jealous
Marty
of the sun
is
for not being the wind.
Marty is so extra doing that fucking challenge.
One time we were doing the show The Help, and this guy came in, like me and Pixie were both on stage performing, and this guy came and tipped me, and he didn't tip Pixie. And
Girl, World War Z.
Girl. So if you guys want to watch our
Bird Box makeup challenge,
click the link below.
the link below.
It's in the description.
Now, oftentimes people say that fear is healthy. I do think fear is healthy. But just like anything in excess, too much fear is not good for you.
Do you know? Can you look this up?
Like Marty's someone who I feel like Marty.
Marty's afraid.
He operates in fear.
Marty's afraid of tomorrow because it's not today. Like he's afraid of everything. Can you look up this? There's a fear. There's a fear of holes. Can you look this up?
Oh, girl, there's a phobia for everything under the sun.
No, but it's a fear of like. So there's this thing where people see a bunch of holes, and it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, because it looks
And
like
it's
sores.
No, it's because that is the way a lot of poisonous. It's trypophobia.
Yeah.
it's because a lot of stuff that's poisonous looks like that. So our brains are wired to be weary of things that. Can you look up trypophobia?
Is that why? Look, it's right there.
Trypophobia in the type in hand. But it's you, and it's also like frogs. No, go to images. There's like frogs and certain plants that look like that are poisonous to us. So our brains train us to be afraid of them. Isn't that wild?
But for everyone?
I mean, it's in most people. Look at this. Does that like make one of those big? Like people find this kind of stuff unsettling, and it actually makes some people's skin crawl, and it's because their brain is triggering them to be afraid of that.
It's terrifying.
I went through a phase where I was obsessed with phobias, and I learned the names of like over 100 phobias. I don't remember them all now.
I was gonna say something shady, but that's good. I'm not gonna say it.
What?
Nothing.
Say, but yeah. I mean, so there was a point where I could name.
It's kind of hot.
Like name a phobia, and I'll name a thing.
I want a dick like that.
Name a thing, and I'll see if I can name the phobia. I used to know like
I know. I can say the ones I know, like spiders.
That's arachnophobia.
Right. Height.
Agoraphobia.
Oh. Black people.
Niggophobia.
Niggophobia.
Make America Great Again phobia.
Can I tell you? Okay, really quick.
Anyway, coulrophobia is the fear of clowns.
Okay.
Trees.
Which you love?
The fear of I don't know that one. Hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia is the fear of long words.
Really?
Yeah, and it's literally hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia.
Look at you. You always know random things that no
Girl,
one ever needs to know.
random as hell. What were you about to say?
I forgot.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Well, what did you didn't. Do you think that fear is healthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I was saying was these little fear of circles is to keep you healthy, is to keep you from things. Fear of fire is to keep you from burning yourself. Fear of heights is to keep you from falling to your death. Fear of clowns is to keep you from laughing.
I think we're thinking in like a bigger way. Like, I mean, like.
Mom, I told you to see. I said, Monét, please put your phone on silent.
Also, these are bill collectors. They literally call me daily.
Pay your bills. You just won $100,000.
No, it's not about. It's like, bitch, you got $175,000
and bill collectors are not calling me.
For Sally Mae.
And they're not calling me. Bill collectors aren't calling me. I paid off my student loans.
Well, when you have $3, that's easy. I have literally $100,000.
Did nobody tell you to go to an Ivy League school for music? That was a bad idea to begin with.
Excuse me.
Let me tell you, if you're watching at home or listening, a degree in the arts is not even worth the paper it's written on. And I'm gonna tell you
that
right
is not
now,
true.
That
is not true. That's a different episode. That is not true. Don't believe this bitch. That is not true. Anyway, I think we're thinking like a bigger, more extrinsic way. Like it's in terms of like, does fear help you grow and stuff like that? Not like literally like what it's preventing you from doing.
You know the number one fear in the world is public speaking.
Is it?
It's the number one fear in the world.
See what I'm saying? So if you're afraid of public speaking and you don't do it, then that's not helping you learn.
But
how
it
to public
could be
speak.
a way of preventing yourself from embarrassing yourself in front of people in a social situation. So I think it is actually fear is a way of preventing yourself from harm.
But fear can also prevent you from growing. If you can,
Agreed.
If you're afraid of public speaking and you never do it, then you never overcome that fear.
Or maybe you just never speak in public and and it doesn't matter.
But you can't live your life afraid of public speaking.
You can. It's the number one fear in the world. You can, and people do it all the time.
I say, but it's not. But as it pertains to health, that's not healthy.
I don't think a fear of public speaking is. If you are a politician, a fear of public speaking is probably really bad for you.
Right.
But I don't think that a fear of public speaking and you work in accounting. If you're dead from accounting, why do you ever need to speak in public?
This is true. But well, again, we're in professions where we have to public speak all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and people.
Were you ever afraid of hosting and shit?
No, I have loved. Let me tell you now. There is nothing I love more than attention, standing in front of people listening to me, people hearing me talk. Everyone look at me. Look. Hey, look. Are you looking? Look. Like I love people paying attention to me.
Were you ever bad at hosting and public speaking?
No, I mean I've had nights where like. What do you mean? What do you
like at the start of your career? You
I told you guys can Google my very ever first stand-up comedy performance. It's funny.
It's funny, but okay, that's the first one. But you all know sometimes performance goes like this. Like you started really good, then like maybe the next 2 nights you were at Barracuda, it wasn't so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Are you asking me if I've ever not done well? If I've been afraid? I've never been afraid of it.
Just because you started off really good, I'm saying. So every time you public spoke or hosted after that, it was at that level.
Are you asking? You're asking the question. Are you asking was I afraid or have I ever done worse? Than I
changed the
time
question.
Before?
I was like, were you always good at hosting and public speaking? Is what I was saying.
I've always been good at it. I've had
nights where I wasn't as great as I was other times. No one's literally better every single time they go on stage.
I am.
Literally no. Literally no.
Ditto, bitch.
I'm saying that's not true, but I've always been good at I've always been funny. I've always been good at getting a crowd to kind of do what I want them to do.
Yeah.
Or kind of, I mean, honestly, hosting a show is really about manipulating the audience.
Very that.
Into clapping when you want them to clap,
Very that.
sighing when you want them to sigh, cheering when you want them to cheer.
Very that.
It's about tricking them into wanting a little bit more than you're giving them. Like if you don't do the whole thing because you want them to like want more.
Very that. I agree.
So I've always, and I'm also I've always been good at manipulating people. Even at a very young age, I used to like manipulate my family into allowing, like, me and my mom would sit down and I would have these like full on like, I would take like the sheets that you do like this and I would do this whole like presentation on why we should be allowed to have an extra 30 minutes of before bedtime. And it was like this whole thing. And my friends know that I love.
So you've always been extra.
Always and forever, Alyssa extras. No, it didn't work, but I tried. So I'm not afraid to try things.
Well, we guys touched on this already. What I was trying to say is that by overcoming, the only way to get better at your fears the only way to overcome your fears is to try. Like, if you're afraid of heights, then bitch, you need to go jump out of a plane or something. Not literally.
But why do you need to overcome a fear of heights? Like, what do you need to overcome agoraphobia?
Because you never know. Let's say, Bob, you're in a situation where you are challenged with heights, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what the world is going to be.
Okay, because you never know is not a good reason to do something.
I think so.
Then you'd literally be doing everything. You need to learn to cook because you never know. You need to save money because you never know. You need to overcome heights because you never know.
Yes!
You need to learn to sing because you never know. You got to learn to do it backwards because you never. So I'm saying because you never know is not a good reason to do something.
You don't need to conquer every fear that you have, every single fear, but I think that overcoming fears is important for self-growth and being a better human being for yourself.
I think if the fear is impairing your social life, then you need to overcome it.
Not just your social life, your life, period.
Your life. If this fear is impairing your life, you need to overcome it. But I don't see how a fear of heights can really
not literally. I literally just said not every single fear.
All I did was took the one you said, heights.
Then I said that I didn't mean like every single fear. I mean like.
But like I said, if Deb from accounting is afraid of public speaking, she doesn't really need to overcome that unless she needs to public speak for something.
But if Deb from accounting, if Deb from accounting,
someone's afraid of speaking publicly here.
You know, I had a really bad speech impediment as a kid.
I believe it. You still.
I was really bad, and my mom used to make me sit at the dining room table when I was a kid and read books to her. Like,
what books did you read?
I mean, everything. I had to. The one that I remember.
That's Hitler's book.
That I hated.
I just imagine if my mom was like, read this. Kevin, read this book.
I had to read The Bluest Eye to her. I had to read that literally like 8 times to her.
I had a speech impediment when I was a kid too.
Really?
Yeah, I went to speech classes.
Did you really?
Yes, I took speech for 3 years.
My mom took it upon herself too. I mean, but it was like bad. I would be like, kids used to make fun of me so hard in school. And so she made me, I had to read to her every night at the table until it started to go away. And I learned it from my cousins. My cousins had really bad speech impediments, and because we used to hang out all the time, we used to play video games together literally every weekend. That's where I picked it up from.
Well, what I did was, I think up until 3rd grade, from kindergarten until 3rd grade, I had to go to speech class, which was basically
kindergarten to 3rd grade. That's really young.
That's 4 years, yeah.
Work.
It was me and a bunch of kids who were ESL, and a couple of kids who stutter, and a couple of kids with like lisp, like just sitting in a room, like repeating what the teacher said to us, like over and over. My issue was that I mumbled and I talked way too fast, which I still do. But I mean, I'm obviously intelligible because I mean I have a career. People aren't in the audience going, "What?"
We don't see it. We put subtitles when you're on TV.
And what about in real life? Are you in front of the stage holding?
Well, I have my Google Glass on, so I can. It's literally transiting.
You remember when Google tried to make Google Glass a thing? Oh,
crunchy.
And whenever you see someone wearing Google Glass, you're like, how do you feel like you look stupid? Because you look stupid.
Also, YouTube is owned by Google, so maybe.
I don't care. Google Glass is crunchy, and they knew it. That's why you don't see them on shelves anymore.
Yeah, it was a bad.
And then people would wear and be like, "Okay, Google Glass," and I was like, "Oh my."
Well, now apparently, they have like one coming out in like a contact version, like a contact. You
put that shit in your eye if you want to. Put a Google.
It's
contact.
like them damn Samsung Galaxy that's exploding your eye, girl. Could you imagine?
You put a Google contact in your eye if you want to, Miss Mary.
Oh, did you hear
Black.
about this, Patty? For traveling folk, do you know the screens in the back on the Delta American, whatever?
Don't
they
say
have
it.
little cameras
Don't
in
say
them.
that to me.
They have little cameras in. There was a whole article about it. I was
How
like,
you know?
There was a whole article about a girl. Mitch, look it up.
But who wrote the article? Craig, the conspiracy theorist?
No, it was like New York Times or somebody put it out. It came up on my face. Like I was like, the little button at the bottom of the screen, that is a camera in there.
You know, speaking of fear, Facebook had this new thing. It was a crazy thing where they would listen to you when you post statuses.
Yep, United, Delta,
But what is this website?
BuzzFeed.
Okay. And confirm that their premium economy screens have cameras. So only in the
No, all of them.
it says premium economy.
In the new ones, the new ones that have like the black.
So if you're in like Delta One or the beds that lay down, they have cameras.
Even sometimes in the regular seats.
Well, this says premium economy. I'm just going off what BuzzFeed, which is a pretty reliable source. Says.
Right,
unless you're Trump. Trump doesn't trust BuzzFeed because they exposed her.
Exposed her.
They exposed her. I would say, Facebook, the thing where you would type in a status and then they would listen to your home to see if you were playing. They said it was to see if you were playing music, and then it would just put in the background like Patty was listening to Bust Down Tatiana.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a whole thing.
How can they access your microphone from your computer like that?
Because every time they update, you be clicking OK without scrolling. They slip shit like that in there. When you just be clicking sure. Why not?
Who's gonna read all that? Do you read all of it?
No, I don't read it. But someone out there obviously did because they caught them. They were like, "How do you know I was listening to Tatiana?"
Well, do you ever do that thing where you go look up red skirts on Amazon, bitch? For the next 3 days, your Facebook is littered with red skirts.
Well, that's
every
because
article.
So the reason why Facebook doesn't have to charge you is because they were selling
right.
your information,
right?
How old you are. But I mean, you can go in there and turn all that stuff off, but it's so hard to do. People don't do it.
Gag.
That's why, yeah, red skirt shows up in Facebook, then on Instagram, then on Twitter. Red skirts start walking by you on the street, someone in a red skirt knocks on your door. Hey, I heard you like red skirts. Like shit, they be.
Don't fucking Jehovah's Witness. We heard you want some red skirts.
Yeah, have we talked about the gospel of red skirts?
Yeah, that honestly is a big fear of mine. Technology, because I feel like one day we are going to be in very Terminator of the realness.
RoboCop gonna come get you?
RoboCop is not Terminator.
Nah, I switched to things. Also, RoboCop was a human being who was turned into
because of an accident.
Because he got shot to death.
Did
you ever see him again, RoboCop?
Of course.
Like the way they shot him up, you can't survive that. It was like a big. It was like he was Swiss cheese. I was like, you can't come back from that. Y'all have to. You should have just done one shot. That would have been enough.
It used to play on. Did you watch the USA Network as a kid?
Yes.
Did you remember the Mortal Kombat cartoon that came on the USA Network?
No, but I watched Mortal Kombat movies. I love.
There was a Mortal Kombat cartoon. Does anyone in here know that? No. Oh my God. Mitch, can you look it up real quick? This is from mine. It was a Mortal Kombat cartoon. It had Raiden, Shang Tsung, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang.
I won't say who because I think it's shady to say who, but someone we know is so afraid of blood and the mentioning of blood that he will just faint if you say it. Because I feel like if I say it, then there's also a drag race girl, I won't say who is afraid of like loud noises. Like not just like a little bit.
Do I know her?
Yes, you do it. She's yeah. But she's because they'll start,
you've been a real pussy today.
That's not because the fans will start her. I'm not into exploiting people's fears.
I'm kidding.
So I don't want to tell, but people will start doing. I know how fans are, and I don't want to say who is afraid of. But like if you say blood, if you mention blood,
I know who.
Drawing blood.
But I didn't have this experience with the person.
He'll just fall over and just can't even work.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's a chemical.
It's obviously. I'm just saying I couldn't imagine living that way.
So the name of the movie you're talking about, is it Defenders of the Realm? Is that what you're?
Mortal Kombat, Defenders of the Realm.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I love all of them. So I used to love Scorpion.
Raiden.
Raiden.
Raiden all the way, every time. Did the guy who played Raiden kill himself in the movie?
He killed himself?
I think he killed himself.
In Annihilation.
Auto asphyxiation. I'm not kidding. The guy who played Raiden in the first movie.
I thought you meant like in the...
No, the guy from the first Mortal Kombat movie killed himself through auto asphyxiation.
Oh, I thought you were saying Raiden in the movie. I'm like, no, he did not.
Yeah, you have the character rating now. But I was also. This is. Do you have a fear of losing?
No. Or you do.
I don't have a fear of losing. I arm wrestled a guy today who I was pretty sure would beat me. I arm wrestled Larry. I don't have a fear of losing. Just because I win frequently doesn't mean I'm afraid of
Okay,
losing.
you don't win frequently. Honey.
I'm more frequently than you do.
I just won something.
Yeah.
So we're tied, 1-1.
We're not tied.
We are one. You won Drag Race once. I won Drag Race.
We discussed. Monet, you said you didn't want to talk about this.
I'm just saying. But
You didn't win Drag Race.
Okay.
You won All Stars.
All right, moving on.
Exactly. Don't bring it up if you don't want to talk about it, Mary Mac.
Miss Mary Mac.
But what was I saying? What was I just saying?
About I don't remember.
Before Monet rudely me and Jiggly Caliente have a standing duel where we have to battle
I think
and see
Jiggly would destroy you.
and see who's better at Mortal Kombat. What is that based off of?
Jiggly, first of all, you played Gator against One Sun Blue. Jiggly plays all the time.
You don't know what I do with my life.
Bob, I do know what you do with your life.
My whole life?
Have you guys seen this documentary?
Do you think you can beat me in Mortal Kombat?
Absolutely.
So we have another anything you can do. You are sure you can beat me in Mortal Kombat?
1,000%.
One.
I would. Let's bet $1,000. I will beat you in a round of Mortal Kombat.
Is 1 round? Is 2 out of 3 or is 1 round?
1 round.
1 round.
$1,000.
Y'all see this?
$1,000. I will beat you.
Before we lose that, it should be $1,000 to charity.
No, I want your money.
What a greedy.
I'll decide what I do with my money after I get it.
All right, well, I want. You know what? $1,000.
$1,000. I beat you in a round of Mortal Kombat. Great.
Do you have Mortal Kombat?
Yes, I have Mortal Kombat in my home. Do you have Mortal Kombat?
No. I don't need it.
Work.
You have Mortal Kombat? But I'm about to be over at Frodo's house, fucking train like Rocky Maivia, bitch. You are. I am the Russian, and you are Apollo. You about to go down.
I never seen. I don't know what that even means.
The Russian killed Apollo.
Got it.
And what's this?
Have you guys seen this documentary on Amazon Prime called "Do You Trust This Computer"?
No.
So basically, what it is, it's like Elon Musk and like all the big technology.
Who, by the way, Elon Musk is, I'm sure, a supervillain.
Oh,
Is this
Like
Snowden?
Elon Musk is like what is a real life supervillain.
I don't know what that is.
Elon Musk owns
Tesla.
He owns Tesla. He's like building rockets, sending them to
SpaceX.
he's like I think he's growing people. Like I think Elon Musk is up to no good. He's too wealthy. He's trying to get to the moon.
He's not the richest man in the world.
He's not the richest man in the world. You don't have to be the richest man in the world to be dangerous. You can be the richest person on the block and still be
He's
dangerous.
trying to get people to Mars.
Why? What's he up to?
Because this planet is literally falling apart.
Well, but also, just as a reminder, Mars is uninhabitable. So since
Well,
this
when you
planet,
got money, listen. When you got money, anything is inhabitable.
what I'm saying is this planet is uninhabitable. And Mars is uninhabitable. If this planet that we're on already becomes uninhabitable, it would be easier to make this planet to do whatever you were going to do to Mars to do it to Earth than it would be to move everybody to Mars.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know.
So this documentary, "Do You Trust the Computer?" is with Elon Musk and a bunch of other like tech people, and they basically talk about how the technology already exists for artificial intelligence to the point where we don't understand how it works. I mean, it's been contained, but like it just basically shows that the technology exists for artificial intelligence to learn on its own.
Then fucking Hal. What's his name? Hal from Space Odyssey.
I've never seen that movie.
Hal is the computer where they tell Hal is like the first ever Siri. And you tell Hal what to do and Hal makes your life easy. And then at one point, Hal starts going crazy. Hal's like, I need to protect this ship. And then they're like, Hal, you need to shut down. And Hal's like, my job is to protect the ship and you are a danger to the ship. What's the line? I can't do that. What's the famous Hal line? So Hal turns to them and Hal's like, you told me to protect the ship. I'm here to protect the ship. You're a threat to the ship. I got to get rid of you.
No, that's like that robot in WALL-E.
Well, Space Odyssey was way before WALL-E.
I know
Yeah, it's basically that.
But Elon Musk is warning us. He's like, we coming for you.
Yeah.
He's scary. I'm afraid of him.
I like him.
Rich people are scary.
So you scary?
But years ago, my grandma said, don't ever be afraid of a broke black man from the hood. Be afraid of a rich white man from Washington. She used to always say that. Those are the scariest people in the world. Because you can't stop them.
Very that.
Oh, it's scary. When I was in college, I used to watch this movie, a conspiracy theory movie called Zeitgeist.
Oh my God, the Zeitgeist. They talk about how 9/11 was this whole
Yeah,
setup.
Zeitgeist talks about how
Yeah.
religion is a hoax. The American financial institution is designed to keep us in debt, and 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah.
Which I'm not 100% sold on 9/11 being an inside job.
I am.
You think 100%?
Girl, did you not see Zeitgeist? The fucking proof is in the
Jet
pudding.
fuel cannot melt steel beams.
Zeitgeist is great.
There
Anyway,
were explosions in the building.
in the building. I think that we talked a lot, some good things about fear. I think I taught you some stuff. You taught me some stuff.
And now we're not afraid anymore.
I am not afraid of anything.
Will you go skydive with me?
Oh, yes. Oh my God, can we do that?
Crazy.
You don't want to do it?
I don't want to, but I will do it.
Oh my God, and we get GoPros and we skydive with GoPros? That would be so fun. Also, but here's the thing. I think we may meet the weight limit. It's like a weight limit to go. You definitely do.
Monet, you are heavier than me.
That is not true.
Do you want to bet this too? I got a scale at my house.
No.
Monet will never see exactly. Monet will never.
That's good. I just don't want to. I don't just want to share my weight, but I'm not afraid to share my. I just don't want to show it.
Monet, you are heavier than I am.
I don't think so, because you told me your number before, and I was like, oh, I was shocked. I was shocked that I was a little less than you.
I promise you, you're heavier than me.
Also, you could. That's because you went on your little Canadian tour. She done lost 6 pounds. Girl, you can't tell her shit. She lost 6 pounds.
I'm also 3 inches taller than you,
right.
but
I'm
still weigh less than you.
I don't think so.
You also think you're skinnier than me, which is absolutely insane.
I am
What is that based off of?
looking.
Monet, you're not skinnier than
Looking
me.
at you
You are
every day.
large. You are a larger person than me.
That is not true. You also think your hands are smaller than me.
Monet, from the thigh to the ankle, you have a thankle.
That is not true.
You don't have a thankle, but you are bigger than me. You are not.
Mom, you also think your hands are smaller than mine. That is just not true. It's not doing you. That is not
Do you
true.
guys think Monet? Am I crazy? Monet's not skinnier than me. Don't even answer because it's gonna be a rough awakening for Monet. But you're not skinnier than me.
Okay, it is not true, but whatever.
Monet, your website is called "I Feel Skinny," not "I Am Skinny."
Bitch, and so you just think you Thumbelina over there.
Well, compared to
You think that you are a Lupita Nyong'o, a waif of a woman.
compared to you, yes, Henny. Compared to yes, Henny.
Anyway, this is a very healthy conversation about fear, and I think that we both learned some things.
I think so.
And I don't think I'm afraid of anything anymore, ever.
Oh my god, that is not healthy.
Actually, what you don't know, we
Don't even. You have nothing on the table.
yes, we do. Bitch, can I do it?
You do not have. You do not, Monet. First of all, do not play with me, and you don't have anything over there.
Wait. Would you die?
You are so bad at the acting challenges.
That I won.
Did you win that?
Well,
challenge?
Breast World, I was.
You certainly didn't win Breast World.
You said to me that I was the best one in Breast World. You said that to
You
me.
just said you won it.
Okay, but you thought I should have won.
But that's not what we discussed. Did you win the other acting challenge? Did you
Oh,
win
which one
Sex
I
and the
did?
Kitty Girl?
That's got to have Samantha.
So why did you say you won it when you didn't win it? You be saying the most random shit that don't make no sense. You be saying like it's
Do you know what acting challenge I won? Motherfucking Pepsi, okay? Oh, that's the acting challenge I won, bitch! And I won all the way to the bank.
How did you? I don't even know how to respond to some of the crazy shit you be
Just say,
saying. Oh, grrr. You did do a Pepsi commercial. That's very cool.
Thank you. I know.
Would you like to acknowledge things I've done now? It's in a movie on Netflix.
The same Netflix you've been talking shit about for the past hour. They gonna pull your movie,
And the
girl.
TV show on Netflix. Can you tell them about it, please?
Can you even talk about it?
Yeah, it's announced.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen you post about it.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm in a show called Tales of the City on Netflix with Olympia Dukakis,
Work.
Laura Linney, Ellen Page.
Work.
But I have not posted about it. I should post about it. I posted on
Yeah.
Twitter. I was on Twitter. I did post.
I like how you didn't even ask them to bring me on too.
That's not how it works. It's not nepotism. I don't go in and be like, my friend want to work here too.
You should. That's what I do.
But it's not Dave and Buster's. I don't just walk in and say, my friend want a job.
I used to love Dave and Buster's.
We have to go. We're out of time.
Okay.
I love you. This is a great episode.
I think so too.
Love you, sis.
Bye.
Bye, nigga.
Oh my God. Look,
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to someone else.
all the white people.
There's a guy behind you.
Every white person is red at this point.
There's an audible gasp in the room.
Okay.
Except Pat. Pat was like, "What's getting Patty?"
Well,
That was
Patty's from Mississippi, so.
Bitch, you want to talk about something you want to be afraid of, motherfucker. I used to live in Mississippi. Listen, being gay and black in Mississippi. Oh, let me tell you.
And a redhead. Oh.
I can like. I'm not trying to trash Mississippi, but I just can't imagine like being like I'm gonna stay right here as a black gay person. I'm good and I'm staying.
I can't imagine wanting to stay there as a person.
I mean, shout out Mississippi. My mom from Mississippi. My daddy, Alabama. My mom from Mississippi. You mix that Negro with that Negro, ain't no fucking women. All right, thank you. Peace. Mwah.
Goodbye.